It's Saturday, and it is the 22nd. It's a friend of mine's birthday who lived in Rome. She was actually Swiss, but she married an Italian. They lived in Rome. I think he worked for the government. I think she passed away in 2015. I believe she was maybe 20 years older than me. Very good friend, a very good supporter of my writer, uh, Margarita. What's her name? Um, Friends with her daughter on Facebook. Yeah, I met her. Actually, never met her in person, but she used to call me on my birthday. Um, and when I was a caregiver for uh, my mom would answer the phone and always be completely thrilled to get a phone call from Rome. Couldn't believe she was talking to someone from Rome. Um, sorry, guys. It's a little dry from being outside. Um, yep. So both of those are gone. My mom and my friend Margarita as well. Synchronistically speaking, and sadly synchronistically so, two friends named Larry. Uh, my high school friend um, passed away last year in March. And my friend Larry, who was a drinking buddy, just passed away a few days ago from the flu. My friend Larry died of massive cardiac arrest. He was a truck driver as he was driving a truck. Hey, Hawk. Um, he was probably he might have been close to 100 pounds overweight, and his diet was bad. He was a smoker, and he drank. Did not take care of himself, but he was a great guy. Uh, Hawk says, my condolences to you, Yogi. Thank you. I didn't mean to talk about loss when I started, but um, you know, subjects come up and we talk about them. Just give me a second, guys. Got to bring up the desktop. How are you, Joe? How are you? Are you settled in your new place? And what's going on rep wise? The thing that I did have planned to talk about, whether or not we actually talk about it, we never know. Sweating and Smiling says, so everyone, hey, Sweating and Smiling, how are you? What's um, what's going on? I'm just gonna look on YouTube quickly, see if any of our friends are live. Sniper says, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. What's up, Sniper? And Skits is here. What's up, Skits? Let's see. I see that our friend, the amazing, energetic Joshua. Well, I see our friend Chris Crable just posted a video 3 hours ago. 200 Navy SEAL burpees. No easy feat. With two squat chasers and two pull-ups. Man, that is a ton of volume. And he does that stuff every day. Let's see. Tandra says, hey, Yogi. Hey, Tandra, how are you? How are you since this morning? Sorry, guys, my eyes are bothering me a little bit. Allergies, even this time of the year. I just wanted to bring up Joshua's line. I think it's like a what are they called? It's live but not live. A loop. Our friend Mary's Gigs, she is live right now, and Daisy May is live. So just gonna take a second, guys. I'm gonna visit everyone. Let's see. Tanya says, "Okay, thanks to you. I'm doing pretty good. Just back in from a walk, I caught another woodpecker out there doing its job. I just want to say hi to Mary, and we're gonna hit the like button and share her out. It's good to say, chat. How's your weekend going? You want to know something? My weekend goes about the same as my Wednesdays, and my Wednesdays go about the same as my Tuesdays. You get you get the picture. But that's a good thing for me. Maybe not good for everyone. I think that, some people might need a little more variety in their life, probably. I have a very monistic life. Um, which overall suits me fine. Although I'm going to be honest with you, this last month, more than any time in my life, almost more than any time in my life, I have felt very isolated and a little bit lonely. I think largely, Mocha's in school. She's taken 6 classes. Um, hey, Kadre, how are you? Jay says, good day to one and all. Good day to you, my friend. Um, I also don't get to see, my loner dog. And we all know what it's like not seeing a dog. Jay says, Hawk, Sweatin, Conjure, and Skits. And Xfinity is here. Hey, Xfinity, how are you? Nice to see you again. Man, this is, we hadn't seen you for a bit, and this is twice in a day. Skits says, Jace, bro. Kaji says he had an ad. Did you watch it? You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Hey, little Z-Man, how are you? Xfinity says, sorry, I haven't been on much, been working. That's okay. I know how it goes. Jamie says, hey, okay. Hey, Jamie. Little Z-Man says, I'm good. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Let's see. AJ says, where are you from? I'm from the United States on the East Coast, and I live in the state of Maryland. I was born in Pennsylvania, though. Kaji says, I watch ads for friends, but it was a still image. Gotcha. Hey, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, too. What's up, Austin? Little Z-Man says, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. Cindy says, I'm in Paris working at the moment. Nice. How are you enjoying Paris? I know everyone I've met who has spent like considerable time in Paris, they either absolutely love it or they can't stand it. Little Z-Man says, how are you? Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Overall, not going to complain. Kaji says, I didn't know I got a membership. That's cool. Yeah, we had a friend actually um, twice this month. She's come in and gifted 10 memberships 2 times. So some people got a membership. I hope I can make it worth your while. Austin drops his link. Awesome, Austin. Hey, anyone wants to run the playlist for Austin? He is shooting to get monetized. Where are you? Watch hours, Austin. Sampa says hi, Skits, Tundra, Austin, and Jamie. Jamie says hi to Squirrel. Infinity says it's not bad weather. It's not bad. Weather is not that nice, but the food is amazing. Food can make up for a lot, can it? Bozeman says, bab- baboo. Did I get that right? So here's what I was going to talk about: the three gates. Little Demon says, ooh. All right, that's awesome. That is 897, making some progress. Our friend Little Z-Man is making some excellent points. I don't know what point it's actually making, but it's an excellent point nonetheless. Free gates. This is mainly from Buddhism, but not exclusively. I think it goes across the board. Hey, Batgirl. How are you? Kaji says, nice, Austin. Yeah, he's making some really great progress. It's nice to see you, Batgirl. Little Eastman says, the God made the world. Do you think so? I have some different thoughts on that subject. Michael says, I'm good, thanks. Good. Do you love God? It all depends on how you look at it. Angry Face is here. What's up, Angry Face? Kage says just crossed 1,700 public watch hours. Nice. Well done. Are you Kage says they also have different thoughts on the subject. Anytime you want to share them, you bring your channel up. So you are you hoping to get monetized? I realize, by the way, that I am probably hugely, and you told me how to say it once, but I can never remember stuff. I can never remember stuff like that. I'll run a playlist for you if you want me to. Xfinity says I had snails for lunch. Wow. How were they prepared? Let's see. Little Demon says he's our Lord. I never actually cared for the title Lord. When, on occasion, I talk of God, I always prefer to use the term Brahma because Brahma doesn't have the connotations that, in the Western mind that we have. Batgirl says, Yak, I believe you are talking about snails, right? Little Demon says, I have Legos. Nice. All right, we'll help you with that. Good. Kajay says, now, as soon as you say that, I'm going to start saying it differently. I don't know why my mind works that way. And you'll be like, well, you were saying it, right? All right, I'm on it. We will run your playlist. Anyone else? Do I know Batman personally? I don't. But I know this guy named Bruce Wayne. Lives down the street. He's got this big mansion. Hang out with him every once in a while. I always notice he disappears whenever there's like something bad happening. What's up with that? Kajay says, I decided eventually that I don't like the idea of kings and stuff. And that's what the Christian God presents as. Understood. Kajay says, he's laughing, Bruce Wayne. Think of Batman, popping snakes. Oh, pooping snakes. Well, of course, now I got to think about it because you just planted that in my head. Now I have no choice. Sweat and Smile says, I had scrambled eggs for lunch. Not that anyone cares, but I thought I would share. Hey, you're wrong about that, Sweat and Smiling. I care very deeply about your scrambled eggs. Well, I don't eat eggs anymore. Every once in a great while, if I go out to brunch, I might have vegan scrambled eggs. They're actually not bad. They have the same texture, taste the same. But every time I've tried to make an omelet, or really almost any other kind of egg except for a hard-boiled egg, it turns into scrambled eggs. How'd you say scrambled eggs are good? It used to be my comfort food. I had fried rice. I had rice too. I had rice, lentils, and potato. Kaji says, oops, read that. Shelling and cooking them in garlic butter wine. That sounds pretty good. Uh, yeah, it's a good comfort food, isn't it? Xfinity says scrambled eggs are my favorite. It's so simple to make. It always, no matter how you're feeling, it always, sits well. It's nourishing. Of course, I don't eat eggs anymore. Temper says snails were prepared very, very slowly. I would imagine. I would imagine. Josh says, "Hey, you did get out of the basement." Just as Josh edits. Hey, I like that. Just as Josh edits. Let's see. Dog Day says fetch. Well, I would say if Dog Day wants it bad enough, he can go get it himself, man. Josh says, "Can't move. My voice is gone." I'm sorry to hear that. Kadri says, with omelets, add scrambled eggs first, then add ingredients. Smart. I had the only time I was ever to make a halfway decent omelet for Christmas one year. My brother bought me an omelet pan where you just flip it over. It's like you fold it and then you flip it, cook on the other side. It was almost um, almost easy enough for me to do it, but even then, eventually I messed it up. So Zeman says, "Go, go, go as far as you can." Why are you just standing there? You can't be here. You can't stay. I don't know, man. I own this house. The only one who tells me what to do is, well, both my cats. Yogi Seconds Live, I'm still at work. How's work going, runner boy? Jason says, "It's amazing dog today. He is a bulldog and simply divine." Where'd you meet him, Jace? Jason's waving at runner boy, and Josh says, "Guys, I did a workout of pull-ups and push-ups and burpees." Hey, that's a good mix. I definitely think that pull-ups belong in any burpee routine because you have to get the actually our friend Sweatin talked about this yesterday on his live stream. The importance of balance in your workout. If you were doing horizontal pressing, then you need to do some type of horizontal pulling. If you are doing some type of vertical pressing, you should be doing some kind of vertical pulling. You can't go wrong with pull-ups anyway, no matter what kind of pressing you're doing. Josh says, oops, I read that. Baco says, Jason Steiner liked him. Oh, were you live? I'm sorry, I missed it. I was out walking. Jason says Zena loved him. I'll have to, excuse me, guys. I'll have to go look at that. So, three gates of Buddhism. I'm thinking about printing them and having them as the only rules I've ever had um, on my channel. I can't pronounce anything you just said in that message, Little Zen. So imagine in any conversation, not just online, not just in a live stream, but even non-virtual life, as in face to face. Imagine if we practice these three gates. This is also from, was written about by Rumi, the Sufi poet. So you're probably like, is he ever going to talk about the three gates? Actually, let us know what they are. Yes. Number one, is it true? Again, imagine before you were to have a conversation, online or otherwise, if you were to ask yourself before you said something, is it true? Is it necessary? Does it really need to be said? One, how many arguments would be bypassed if we simply thought, Does it need to be said? Probably 90% of the things that we now this doesn't mean casual conversations with friends. Um, but it means when we're engaging in some type of deeper discussion. But even with a casual conversation, the last one, is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Buddha said, uh, make sure that anything we're about to say can pass through those three gates before it becomes part of our conversation. Let's see. Josh says, and while I was showing off and I almost fell, but I managed off to 100 pounds on my back. What we doing? Squats? Or were you doing some type of weighted push up? Let's see. Simple says, "Well, man, please be mindful of chat, mindful in the chat." Hey, Jacob, we got some Jacob love, much appreciated. Let's see. Jay says, Erica met Batgirl today. Awesome. And I can safely say that she is a great character with the sweetest baby. Wow. Meeting of some truly, truly great people. That's awesome. I didn't know that Batgirl was in the UK. Just as Josh edits is looking distressed. Sniper says, well, D-Man randomly hitting the keyboard will not stick in the chat, I'm afraid. Little D-Man says he has a pet cat, dog, and snake. Awesome. I have two cats. I miss having a dog. My last dog passed away in 2018, and I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be ready to get another dog. But I like the thought of rescuing one. It wouldn't sit well with my cats. My stepdaughter had a snake, several snakes. She also had rats. I'm not crazy about pet rats, although they're very affectionate and they're extremely intelligent. Um, and I'm not anti-rat. I don't know, something about them as a pet. Batgirl, you down to earth and made a great cuppa. Nice, guys. And Batgirl says, Jace, likewise. Leicester Bird. How close was I to getting that right? Katie says, I'm back. I was here this morning. I remember you, Katie. How are you? Can you see my cats? You can see one of my cats. Hey, you want to say hi? You can also see how messy my floor is. You want to know why my floor is messy? Mainly because my desk is messy. And my cat, when I'm not here, pretty sure she jumps up and knocks things off my desk. I don't know why cats do that. Gravity says, hey, first off, what's up, Mark? Um, Mark and Joe, we have a rescue dog, a collie. Beautiful dogs. Always like collies. You don't see as many collies as you used to. When I was a kid, I think they might have been the most popular dog. How you guys doing, Mark and Joe? Jay says Mark and waves at Katie. Uh, hey, Sweet Acres, how are you? It's been a little bit. I hope you're well, my friend. Beckel says, you want a pup, Eric? He do want a pup. But you know what? I've I've rescued these cats when they were 10 years old. And I don't know what happened. Why someone gave up two 10-year-old cats, sister cats that were brought up together. But it couldn't have been easy. You don't keep cats for 10 years and then have to give them up. So whatever happened, I know they were probably all loved because they're very affectionate cats, and it wasn't easy for them. So I'm kind of partial towards Not doing. They don't like my loner dog, Milko's dog. Hey, Maddie. Maddie, how are you? How was fishing? I had you up. Let me refresh the page. See how long your live stream was. 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 15 seconds. That's a good day's worth of fishing. What was the catch? What was the number? Mark says we are doing okay. Sadushi Yogi. Well, thank you. I like that nickname. It's better than the nickname everyone else has given me here. Unfortunately, the Yogi Bear seems to have stuck. I can't shake it. Phil Zeman says, "You have any children?" I have a stepdaughter. She is 31 years old. Maddie says, "Hey to Sweet Acres. I've got one you can have." So I got to head over to Great Britain. It'd be fun to visit Great Britain and see all my friends over there. Becco says, "Jason, tell you how cute she is." Mark says, "We rescue cats, or should I say jail?" Yeah, remember you mentioning that. That's to me, that's one of the most awesome things to do. Rescuing cats, rescuing dogs, rescuing anything and anyone. I tell you what, I've been rescued several times. One of the most amazing things that can happen is when someone opens their heart to you, even for an instant, and rescues you from loneliness or despair. Never believe that someone can't rescue you. Doesn't mean that you can't rescue yourself. Just means always be open to the possibility that someone can go and come into your life and change it in an instant. Course in Miracles calls it the holy instant, when two people drop their defenses. They're no longer going to be at odds in who they are and what they want, even if it's just for an instant. And if it happens once, it stays in the books. It means it's always an opportunity. And it means you can be that person for someone. Someone is going to say something to you, someone's going to offend you, someone is going to hurt your feelings, and you have a choice. How you want to respond to that, or how do you want to react to it? There's a big difference between reaction. I'm seeing the puppy. Man, that's a big puppy. That puppy's got the biggest head I've ever seen. The poor, the poor mother. Thanks for sharing that, Jace. Hey Amanda. Maddie says fishing was poor. Caught 3 trout, lost 2, lost another 2. That's still not too bad. Thank you, Jacob. Hey Danny. Danny says he's watching. Appreciate that. Driving at the moment. Speaker just says hi to Amanda. One of my dogs had to be put down. I'm sorry about that, little Z-Man. Both of my dogs had to be. Last was in 2019. The one before was 2018. A sweet, sweet little corgi. Man, I love corgis. And one, you guys ever heard of a Schipperke before? Man, it's a Snow Iceman. Jay says he sent a picture of the pup. That's an awesome picture. Hello, handsome Yogi. So there's another Yogi here. Backo says, Jace, thanks. Sniper says, I rescued an 83-year-old lady today. I gave her a stranger hug, which she took gladly. I could tell that she was lonely. That's how to do it, Sniper. Jace says, is it song time? Song time. What kind of song? What kind of song are we thinking about? So that's what I mean, Sniper. You're a perfect example. Any moment can be a rescue moment, and we can all be rescue people, rescuers and rescuees. Hey, toy pups. I mentioned before that during the 90s, during the 1990s, when most of you guys weren't even born yet, um, I was known to drink a beer or two, or 47 a night. I drank a lot. I drank the entire 1990s. Actually, 1989, 1999. I took my very last 98. I took my very last drink. I was rescued. What's up? Got your jaunty,
Happy
jaunty cap
Saturday,
on.
good people. Happy Saturday.
Happy
So,
Saturday to you, my friend.
I'm not the most lyrically gifted. Obviously, we've got a few masters like Skits and Michael, that really, and Tandra, that can get the tunes to work really, really well. But I've got something, just a very little something that I've just put together that I think works. You don't have to join in, of course, but you'll understand that it's just a little song just about yourself. It goes a little something like a one, two, three, four. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi time. Move, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi. Move, move. That's it. That's as far as I've got so far.
That's a good start. That's a really good start.
Made a start. Do you want to hear it just once more so that you know that I haven't just not written all of it, but I've written part of it. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. It was touching. And you know what? That one middle lyric when you said yogi time, right here. I felt it right here.
There you go, brother. That smile. That
I
smile is it's infectious.
not only a smile, that was a deep laugh. That was amazing. And it had me thinking the second time around. Sooner or later, I might have to come up with an improvisational yogi dance to go with it.
Oh, we could practice those on a Sunday. Right then, that's it. You've put yourself in a little hole there. Tomorrow, people, we will do the Yogi 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 Time song. We'll try and get some movement involved in there as well. So we'll have to do something like a ooh, and then a ooh. So the hands will have to go somewhere. Yogi 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 Time, Yogi Time, Yogi Time. And maybe when we do the move, we do a little spin or a little drop down like a tour.
There will not be a drop. There won't be a
it.
drop down. If there's a drop down, there won't be a getting back up.
Come on, Eric, you've got it in you still. You know what I mean? You're still in your 50s. You're still a young man.
For less than 2 months. Less than 2 months.
Right, so we've got to milk the life out of those 2 months. We've got to make those. We've got to make those months sore. Every day has got to be milked to the limit.
Amanda says striptease too. I'm going to leave the striptease to you, Jace.
No, I believe that's obviously Amanda's initiating that one, so I'll leave her in that department. Amanda, you're now the head of striptism. We'll call it striptism. It's a new thing.
There you go. Could be a club.
It looks like we have a choreographer. Squirrel's just stepped forward. The Yogi Koki. The Yogi Koki.
You know, I've been thinking about making a video I talk quite a bit of somatic movement. We've done the somatic movements where we hug ourselves and the hand skating, somatic dancing, where you dance for the sake of release, shaking off tension, just dancing. Nothing planned. You just move. So I've been threatening to make a video. So maybe it'll be, who knows? Maybe it'll be live.
Right, can you remember that song?
No.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I still have 60 seconds left. So
This
come on,
is
we've
good.
got to do it just once more. This is my crescendo. Here we go. One, two, three, four. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi time. Woo! Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi. Woo, woo. Cheers, people. Happy Saturday.
It
As
is a
always,
happy.
pleasure.
It is a happy Saturday. Thank you for
Much
making
love,
it so.
much kindness. Speak to you soon.
Take care, my friend.
Bye.
I don't know what I like better: the countdown, the middle refrain, or the ending. Amanda says, "I want to see you move, baby." Here's the problem, guys. I learned how to dance going to Grateful Dead shows in the 1980s, and I did everything you're supposed to do at Grateful Dead shows. If you guys are familiar with that, then you might know what I'm talking about. Yogi Cookie, Jace. You put your right foot in. Let's see. I wanted to read what our friend Maddie says. Well, first off, Sniper says that woman that he rescued, that he hugged, she was American but lived in Australia for 20 years in the 80s, and that's 25 here in the UK. Maddie says legend. And oh, here it is. I make hearts sing. Maddie, I'm going to say something. You know what? Your company, you actually do. You're a truly good person. I enjoy your company. Speaking of which, you're still going to be live, right? There's going to be a kitchen table session. Pine flies. Uh, no F's, no frills, no mercy. Usually Danny's there, Monkey's there. It's a good time. Damn it, Amanda says that was fire. That was fire. Man, I got to be careful what I say. I make a little joke about a dance. Hey, Praveen, how are you? Nice to see you. Factwiz is here. I'm absolutely glad that you made it. Hey, Night Watcher. Hey, Yoga, you know about the Grateful Dell? I don't know about the Grateful Dell. Why is the doe grateful? I'm glad that she's grateful. Jay says, Praveen and waves at Night Watcher. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm still laughing. Still laughing. We are 38 minutes into the live stream. Jason's going to be right back. So I might do a little somatic dance to that. Remember, the somatic dance is all about feeling tension in the body and dancing its release. And anyone can do it, and everyone should do it, whether you do it to music or not. Also, get some bouncing in. If you had a mini tramp, that's awesome. It's great for the lymphatic system, but you don't need to wait for a mini tramp. Just do some light bouncing, shaking the arms out, turn it into a dance, and becomes a meditation. This is why the Sufis twirled ecstatically, feeling the presence of love, feeling the presence of God, or reality, or life, whatever word you want to use. Maddie says, yes, I'll be live in around an hour. Thank you for your kind words, Miss Yuki, my friend. We appreciate you as a person and a host. Respect. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, how are your watch hours? The legendary Lightning Man gives us, hey, that's a new one. Hashtag Jacob Love. Jacob knows how to work a live stream, guys. So yeah, I've demonstrated some of the somatic movements before. You can do the self-hug, self-caress. This is a series that you can do. Or if you need something a little firmer, one arm under the armpit, hug yourself as you caress with the other arm. Do not overlook the benefits of self-love as well as self-touch. There's no bad way to do it. The next is hand skating. If you are suffering anxiety, if you're on the verge of a panic attack, if you feel panic coming, if you're depressed, see what I'm doing? Keeping with the theme of rescuing. Rescue yourself, guys. Sometimes before breath work can take hold, you need to arrest it. You need to do something. You can slow it down. If you're really on that verge of a panic attack, you might be doing it fast. Now, consciously slow things down. Let's see. Our friend Maddie says, I'm over 3,000. Awesome. Using analytics on my channel, YouTube Studio app 2006, but 5 days behind. So I bet you that means that you're over 3,000. All right, we'll keep pushing it to get to 4. Our friend Praveen says, Sir, you're an awesome host. Thank you so much, my friend. Sampa says, that's a fact. The third in the somatic series, some of my favorite, these 3. Remember the self-hug, the hand skating, and then heart center. This is something that should be done slowly. But again, if you find yourself panicking, you might be going faster, which is okay. Turn it into mindful movement. Slow it down, and then match the breath. The one thing that you can enter right away when you're doing this is you notice your breathing. Shift. If I'm in a panic attack, if I am suffering anxiety, chances are I'm mouth breathing, and it might be high in my chest. That's going to keep you stuck in fight or flight. So as we've arrested it with the hugging and the skating, and then the heart center, notice the breath, find out where it is, and then a subtle change in the nose, out through the nose. Maybe you can't get there all the way yet. Physiological sigh. Physiological sigh is you take in a breath through the nose about 80%. And then before you exhale, you top it off with about 20%. That makes 100. How do you like that mathing, guys? And then I exhale with a sigh through my mouth. I might not be ready to do nasal breathing all the way. So I want to arrest that anxiety. I want to arrest the panic. I'm at my heart center and I breathe in. Just sigh through the mouth. And then introduce nasal breathing in and out. Just stay in that space. I just did that as a demo and it put me in this amazing spot. Miss Flipper says, just 3? I thought there were like 50 gates. Miss Flipper, for you, there's only 3. For you, there's only 1. For all the rest of us, there's 50. Let's see. Maddie says, thank you, much appreciated always. Hey, anything that we can do for our friends, we do. We get some more Jacob love. Thank you, Jacob. And Praveen says, sir, when this YouTube account is monetized, I monetize this account in 3 months from shorts. Wow, that's awesome. Hey, I visited you the other day. Let's go ahead and mod you up, my friend. I should have done that the other day. Praveen says, correct step, sir, and nice demo, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. So optimally, we want to breathe through the nose. In yoga, they say that you use the mouth for um, basically eating and talking. Other than that, you want to breathe through your nose. Now, there are some breaths where you use exclusively mouth breathing. There's the cooling breath, which is done breathing in through the mouth. The 4-7-8 breath, you're exhaling through the mouth, or at least one version you are. I actually find it more powerful for helping me sleep if I do the 4-7-8 with the exhale for 8, nasal breathing. But if I'm working with anxiety or I just want to create a really peaceful spot, breathing through the mouth works really well. Maddie says, breathing, just pop into feed the fish, back shortly. So, Miss Flipper, I had read the Three Gates. You probably know it. Is it true? Before you say anything, let it pass through three gates. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Sometimes I wonder if we just had that one gate. Is it kind? That alone would be enough. Except, like with the first one, is it true? I think most people would at the very oh, Factwood says, thanks for sir for making me moderator. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Most people think that they're speaking the truth. We've all heard people shout, I am a truth teller. I tell it as it is. That doesn't make it true. That makes it your strongly voiced opinion. We don't know what's true. The entire psychology of yoga and Buddhism point out the fact that we know nothing because we're seeing everything through our perceptions. We are seeing everything through what they call the five kleshas, the afflictions of the mind. I believe Buddhism, we'll get this up in a minute. I believe Buddhism offers another one. And Buddhism, in this sense, adds guilt, I believe, which puts it right up there with Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles, although Christian in language, has more to do with Buddhism or Vedanta than it does with Christianity, nominally speaking. Kleshas in Buddhism. Kleshas really means affliction, and we see the world through the lens of these afflictions. In Buddhism, it is anxiety, fear, anger, jealousy, desire. They have more than 5. Ignorance, attachment, and aversion. Greed, hatred, delusion, conceit, false views, doubt, mental torpor, restlessness, shamelessness, lack of fear. Yoga psychology has 5. And the 5. Avidya, ignorance, lack of knowledge and understanding of one's true nature. Egoism, believing that we are this small, separate thought system and ego, personality. The ego, if it exists, must die, which produces a whole lot of fear, by the way. We're projecting that fear outwards. Raja, which is attachment. Then we have aversions, and then we have fear of death. So we're viewing life through the psychological lens of all of those aversions, and that is creating the world that we live in. Is it any wonder that it's a mess? Here's what I love about, do I know Julian of Norwich? Yes, I do. Because she was a Christian mystic. One of my earliest meditation teachers, Egnath Eswarn, loved, although he was Indian, although he was raised Hindu, he loved the Christian mystics, and he would quote her often. She was the first English female writer to be published post-mortem. That I didn't know. Josh says, whom is this? Jacob. Jacob is the patron saint of YouTube live streamers. He shows up when you least expect him, but most need him, and he does nothing but hashtag Jacob Love. He brings you from what could have been a 6 thumbs up into a 38 thumbs up. Pretty amazing person. So you heard all the ones that I mentioned from Buddhism, and you've heard the 5 that I mentioned. There's actually more, but these are the 5 that are mainly talked about in yoga psychology. Course in Miracles, I think this is why the simplicity, why I fell in love with it so deeply. It boils it down to one. Of course, that one has many aspects to it, but it's guilt, which aligns very nicely also with modern psychology. Well, modern, especially psychoanalytical psychology, projecting guilt outwards. Projections make perception. So going back to the 3 gates, we don't know what's true because we're trapped in that psychological projection of our guilt or of those 5 afflictions, of which, again, guilt is one of them. For me, it's guilt, and then all those other things stem from that. What are we guilty of? It's a good question. Have you ever practiced self-inquiry? The one of the paths of yoga, jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge and self-inquiry, knowing who we truly are. Have you ever asked, who am I? And never settled on an answer? Who am I? Hey, Stephen Price. Stephen Price says, what a shine on that head, shining brighter than the sunrise this morning, shining light in my life. As always, keep it up. I will keep it up. You know why? Because I never know when Stephen Price is going to come in here. And when he does, he's expecting a shine. You know, I can't let him down. He's been a good friend for like a year now, always showing up with a positive and loving message. I can't let him down. Let's see. Josh says, also, he's an amazing burpee practitioner, one of the best. Miss Pippa says, exactly. Her 3 were, I can, I know, I desire. Nice. Josh says, can he come in my live stream? Let's put that out there. Can. Jacob Colby J. Sinky. Could he maybe one day show up in a Josh Edits live stream one day and maybe spread some Jacob love? He might. But you know what? You got to put that out there. You got to put this intent. In yoga, it's called a sankalpa, intent. Ms. Pippa says, if you desire something and can, but don't know it, you won't. It's an excellent point. Let's see. Praveed says, I'm learning many new things from you, sir. Well, thank you. I love the fact that we can learn so much from each other. Ms. Pippa says, likewise, if you know something and you can, like you know how to swim, for example, but don't desire it, you won't. Interesting. Skis has a new song dropping soon, everyone. A bit of a different one, but I hope you all like it. I'm guaranteed to. Do you have the link for it, Skits? We got some more Jacob love. Michael's here. Hey, Michael. Hey, you always saw I'm late. I had to do some errands before my first live time. Hey, what time is the live? And do you have a link you want to share? Josh says, this Jacob guy sounds awesome. He is awesome. Jacob is awesome. Miss Pippa says, if you desire and know it, but can't, you won't. You won't get it. They entwine. Will needs all three. Will needs all three, says Julian. Interesting. I like that. Praveen says it's 12:26 now in India. I had set an alarm to wake up for your live stream. Wow. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before. Hit the snooze button. That's why I joined in late. But that's okay. Sometimes you got to hit that snooze button. Jane Roberts, who channeled the Seth material in the 1970s, early 80s, skits is uploaded now, said that between the hours of 3 and 6, which in yoga terms is called Brahma Muhurta, the hours of God, we will all receive a wake-up call from God between the hours of 3 and 6, but most of us hit that God snooze button. And, we look at our imaginary watch and we say, God, it's pretty early. Can you get back to me, say maybe 7:30 after I've had my eggs and my coffee? Skits is uploading it now. Awesome. Michael has it's 5 p.m., which would be 6 p.m. my time. Awesome, Michael. I'll be on the lookout for you. I desire, I know, I can is will. If missing one of those, you won't. Interesting. Hey, Goldie. Goldie says hi there, love the people. Hi there, love the Goldie. Michael says I have an age restriction set, not because I'm planning on doing anything inappropriate, but because when I first started Premiere 3 years ago, I have some incidents with useful trolls come. Yeah, better to be safe. Being rude and type of stuff that I'm not having. You gotta, set the boundaries that you want. Stick with it. Hey, Miss Blipper. Today was Kenneth Wapnick's birthday. Popped up on my Facebook page as I was actually Facebook friends with him. Not that I ever communicated with him. The ultimate source of guilt, according to A Course in Miracles, is our separation. That we believe we have somehow caused our separation from God, from the source, from infinite love. And everything has sprung from that. Despair, depression, anger, hate, violence, resentment, judgment, all stems from our guilt of believing that we somehow caused the separation from the source. And we use the tool of forgiveness, which is not an easy tool to use because the ego doesn't want to forgive. Not only that, the ego doesn't know how to forgive. It only knows how to bargain. I will forgive you when, I will forgive you because, I will forgive you maybe, I will forgive you when I see it might be of use for me to do so. Always bargaining. Ego is the world's greatest bargaining tool. As a matter of fact, the ego bargained its way into an actual universe. So the ego will never forgive. So when we are able to use it as a tool, we are circumnavigating. One of my favorite words to use. I find a way to fit it into almost every conversation I can, even when it doesn't fit. Fortunately, the vast majority of conversations that I have are with my cats, and they don't care if I use it. Let's see. Praveen says, being a follower of Christ, I used to suffer with anxiety, but I was set free after I cast my anxieties on Jesus. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, a Course in Miracles, if you choose to believe it, is navigated by Jesus, offering a correction to the world that we see, that we have created. The world that we see is the world that we created. It is not the world that God created. If God looked around the world on the sixth day of creation and said it is good, could it possibly be this word? Could it possibly be this world? Seems highly unlikely. Crime, warfare, violence, discord does not seem attributes of God. According to the Course in Miracles, God did not create the world, we did. Not this world, but there is another world that we can see, and we see that. The other world is God's world, and we see that through practicing forgiveness. Not seeing with the ego, seeing with the heart. Hey, Mama Chris, Nature's Dog Realms here. How are you, my friend? Hey, Jim Rat. Jim Rat says, sup, fellas? Miss Pippa says, we make illusions when we feel afraid. Yes. And we are afraid because we feel guilty. Maybe we truly have separated from the source. And now we're stuck in a world of our creation, which literally can appear to suck. If you look around, it's hard to argue otherwise. Skeeter says, everyone cheers. Hey, how was ice fishing, Skeeter? Brother Yogi, positive vibes to you, my friend. Praveen, I'm so happy to hear that your love of Christ has helped heal your anxiety. Jason saying hey to everyone. Chris says Yogi. And Praveen says absolutely ego. A 3 alphabet word, yet so big. Forgiveness is tough. It is definitely tough for the ego. Here's the great news. We are not an ego. Ego is an appearance within the ultimate reality of who we are, which is love. And we don't need to forgive. Love doesn't have to forgive. As a matter of fact, there's no reason for love to forgive because love never holds a grudge. Love doesn't hold a grievance. Love doesn't offer judgment. No resentments. So I always see 7 steps to forgiveness. Paul Freedy, an author, has his 12 steps to forgiveness. Kenneth Wapnick offered a 3 steps of forgiveness, which is largely from the Course of Miracles. Really, you only need 1 step. Ask for a miracle. A miracle, according to A Course in Miracles, is a shift in perception. And it is saying, I can't do this. I can't forgive. I'm just little, small, busy, judgmental, resentful ego. Who am I to forgive? What's in it for me? But love doesn't need to forgive. Our connection to love, because we feel separate, is the Holy Spirit. So we turn it over to the Holy Spirit. If you don't like the word Holy Spirit, we turn it over to Jesus. We turn it over to Krishna. We turn it over to Buddha consciousness. We turn it over to the Tao. Whatever it is that feels as our connection to the ultimate source of love, we say, I need a miracle. I'm stuck. I can't forgive. It's too large for me. You offer to love. That is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of devotion. Everything's turned over to God. And it's also Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga being selfless service. Using our action, every single action is producing a further reaction. So knowing that, in order to limit the karma that we produce in the world, karma being good nor bad, just being a result of the previous action and the previous action, and it's infinite because every single result produces a cause. It has another result and it has another cause. In order to minimize the negative effect of that and maximize the positive effect, we surrender everything to God. Selfless service. And again, don't get caught up in the word God. Change it for something else. If it works for you. Let's see. Hey, Brian. What's up, my friend? Marie's here. Hey, Marie, and our friend Joshua's here. The amazing, energetic Joshua. You might want to ask, how do I know Joshua's here? Because I see the lightning bolts and I see the heart. I see the thundering arrival of love from the amazing, energetic Joshua, who says, this is the amazing, energetic Joshua. Hello, everyone here. It's like Elvis, when Elvis enters the building. Probably have some young friends here who just scratch their head and says, Elvis. Who the heck is Elvis? Miss Pippa says, I'm all for the gentle awakening. Me too. And I'm all for the dreaming the happier dream until that gentle awakening happens. Brian says, blessed weekend, everyone. Thank you, Brian, our good friend. So that was one of the 5 kleshas from yoga and Buddhism, is, as our friend Praveen says, that ego, a 3 alphabet word. We believe that that's who we are. We believe that we're the narrator, the thoughts that are constantly going on in our head, that are seldom ever nice, that always seem so judgmental, even towards ourselves. Especially towards ourselves, because we judge ourselves for judging others, and it becomes this endless loop of self-criticism. Miss Pippa says, circumnavigate is a fab word. I love navigation in general. Me too, although I'm awful bad at it. Miss Pippa says, Adam is still sleeping. Yes. I love that thought. In Genesis, it says God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep, and yet nowhere in the rest of the Bible does it say that Adam ever woke up. So that the original creation, the primordial Adam, fell asleep within the garden. He's dreaming this world into existence, including the appearance of you and I. We are the original Adam, in reality, who we truly are. We just need to awake. And as our friend Miss Pippa says, a gentle awakening. Cody says, it's not this world. Agreed. Amanda says, Yogi, you handsome man, you are amazing as ever. Amazing-ish. How's that for a middle line, Amanda? I'm meeting you halfway. Amazing-ish. Yeah. Jay says, Eric LP is live too. Doing 1 burpee for each sub, 2K. Wow. That is a session. I did not know he was going to do that. Well, I made my hour. So you know what, guys? Might head over and throw some support into our friend Eric LaPointe. Can have him do 2K without putting in my two cents. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to catch up first. Josh says, I'm a bird. You got to be something, be a bird. That's my philosophy. If I've said it once, I've actually only said it once. Praveen says, beautiful. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Jace, thank you. Jace says, Yogi Bear. I will take the Yogi Bear. I often think that bears are my shamanic spiritual animal. Maybe foxes. Lately, it's been woodpeckers. I'm just writing you a thank you message.
No problem, brother. No problem at all. It's Always a pleasure. Obviously, if I can support, I will. And you're worth of the support. Rebecca, Christine, welcoming guys, girls, everybody.
Hey, Rebecca and Christine,
Um,
thank you for those.
Are you really like coming towards the end of such another lovely stream?
Yep.
How long are we looking at before you've finished?
Maybe the end of this conversation.
Oh, okay then. I think there's a couple of things that we probably could do with doing first. If we could do the breath
Yes,
and the vibration.
and the vibration.
And then,
We most certainly can. Hey, did you see Sab's workshop says, Jason, contact me, please, on social media, on socials?
no, I missed that. Sab, yes. Ping me a ding. Just tell it. Best way, obviously, if you want to get hold of me, just message me. I always read my messages. I normally do anyway.
So we got some new people here.
Haircut.
We are going to Moo. Nice, freshly shaved. You may ask, why are we going to Moo? The question is, better asked, why aren't you going to Moo? Every day needs at least one good Moo.
Just explain what the vibration does. How effective just that little bit of vibration is. And it's really relative when you think about when you hear a sound that's really familiar or really comforting. So you hear a song on the radio and it's something that a song you like, you're immediately drawn to it, your whole spirit, your whole vibe lifts. It's like hearing the ice cream van when you're a child. You're like, oh, something's coming, something's coming. Similar sorts of sounds obviously bring joy and pleasure to you. So it's, oh, somebody's beat me to the punch. But when you hear the moo and you realise you feel that vibration go through your whole body, and when you do it in synchronicity at the same time, it's such a joint shared feeling of, I feel good.
Sweating and smiling says the Moo Brothers. It's not a bad nickname.
Who
That
are moo?
Might be a T-shirt.
Austin. Okay, let's get rid of that.
So we know for sure, according to physics, according to quantum physics, everything stems from a vibration. Everything physical is really just a vibration. So anytime you do any type of vibrational work, you are returning to the essence of that which you are, that we are energy.
So does that count?
I think it does.
Doesn't work very well though.
It's looking pretty good, pretty sharp.
Okay.
So we're going to move. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. And then we're going to exhale through the mouth with a moo. The moo can be however you want. It could be gentle. It could be a big booming moo. For us, it just seems to come out as it comes out. However it does is however it does. But it does synchronize really nicely, and you feel it through your entire body. That's the big thing. When you vibrate, you're no longer a body, you are a vibrational field. Going back to the source. You see? And as you know, Jakey says, what's up, twins? Hey, Shaky baby, how are you?
Shaky.
Man, it says love bald. There's a lot of bald here. There's a lot of bald here.
Certainly.
Jason and I could put our heads together right now and make an ass of ourselves. All right.
Okay.
You ready to move? Join in,
Yes.
guys. We breathe in for a count of 4. Moo. My brother is looking at me like I'm very weird, which is strange because he's known me for 60 years.
If he
Like
could
he's never
come,
heard me moo
if he could-
before.
he doesn't have to come onto camera, but if he could come slightly closer to the camera.
Can you come a little closer to the camera? Oh, it's on my house key on the table.
Eric's brother, greetings, and it's an honour to obviously talk to you. I will just leave you with a parting gift. Rosie, hiya, hope you're good. It just goes something like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yogi, yogi, yogi bear, yogi bear, yogi bear, yogi, yogi, yogi bear, yogi, yogi bear. Moo, yogi, yogi, yogi bear, yogi bear, yogi bear, yogi, yogi, yogi bear, yogi, yogi bear. Moo, moo.
That caused him to walk away. That caused him to walk away.
That's a good way for you to finalise your end of your stream.
It is.
Much love, much kindness.
Oh well.
Pleasure.
Thank you
Have a
guys.
great
Thank you,
Saturday.
Jace.
Much love. See you soon.
Much love to you, my
Bye.
friend. Bye. Amanda says, Yogi, Yogi Bear, moo moo. Moo moo to all, says T. Praveen is giving us a laugh. Amanda says, Yogi, Yogi, Yogi Bear. It's catching on. Toy Pup says, shout out to Bumblebee. Absolutely. Big shout out to Bumblebee. Jacob, thank you so much for getting me to 55 thumbs up. Embrace the cow indeed, my friend. Chris says, love it. I love it too. You know what? You ever seen a cow in a field? If you see a cow in a field, you will never see an unhappy cow. When you moo, you are joining in the universal happiness of cows. It was a cow that turned me vegan, and I'm thankful for that. So, with that said, guys, we're going to go check out Eric Lapointe. He's doing 2K burpees. Where's it going to end? Soon, Eric Lapointe is going to be a 3K channel. One day, he's going to be a 10K channel. It's a lot of burpees to do, guys. So let's see. Joshua says, love the crap out of Yogi and Jace. Hey, I'll be live again at 5:25. There's a spot for another mooer. If the Amanda wants to come up and do some mooing. Hey, I just saw a heart from Joshua. If Joshua wants to come up and do some mooing. Thank you so much, Joshua. In the meantime, guys, I hope to see you hanging out and supporting Joshua Gibbs 30 Joules. Thank you so much. I hope to see you guys hanging out with Eric Lapointe. Joshua's at work. Okay. If you feel like mooing later, I'll be live again at 5:25. It's an open moo platform. We've heard Toy Pups moo. She's been up here mooing before. Danny says Puppy Mommy and Brian Lane. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I gotta go. Praveen says, bye-bye, sir. Goodbye, my good friend. Rosie says, hey, Rosie, welcome back. Amanda being naughty again. Pretty much continuous. Much love, says Jace. Much love to you. Amanda says, I moved to you all, guys. All night long. All night. Chris says, have a great day. Everyone, you too, Chris. See you, squirrel. Sniper says, catch you all later. Joshua says, bye, everyone here. See you all later. Hey, I think our friend Joshua will be live streaming tomorrow morning. Is it 8 a.m.? I believe. Flipper says bye to E. Joshua. Amanda says thank you, sexy men. Rosie says, Amanda, you going live again? All right. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. That's what I was waiting for to know for sure. Make sure that you will be there. Check out the ever amazing, energetic Joshua. Tomorrow is Power Slam Day. Put in your vote of what you want to see him Power Slam. Joshua says, Namaste. Namaste to you, my friend. I will see everyone later. Take care, guys.